Hey everyone, I'm Carmen.
And I'm Christian.
And as you can see, we are dressed for a Hawaii cruise. That cruise coming up is, how far away is that?
Just 40 days, about 40 days.
About 40 days. We are really looking forward to this. Should be a great time of featherweights and Hawaii and just cruising and enjoying our time together. But we thought first, we've got some things we want to show you and talk about that cruise a little bit. But first we thought we would address the elephant in the room, and that is
the coronavirus.
The coronavirus. Actually, April and I were on a recent celebrity cruise about a month ago, right when the coronavirus first started to be in the news. And so we were kind of, did a lot of watching to see how everything was handled. Actually, we took a one of those, kind of a backstage
Tour. Yep.
behind the scenes tour where you got to go into the kitchens and laundry and see how they operate a ship like that, and all the steps that they take to keep everything sanitary and stuff. It was pretty amazing, their process. But there's a couple things that we always do on a cruise, because none of us, whether it's coronavirus or just getting the flu, obviously I don't want to get sick on a cruise. When you're on vacation, that's no fun. So we take usually some extra steps anyway to protect ourselves. They do a really good job with hand sanitizing.
Right. They have the hand sanitizer before all the restaurants and the main cafeteria.
Yeah, so you go in and they're there waiting for you with hand sanitizer. And this has nothing to do with the coronavirus. This is just what they do on a cruise ship all the time. But then I saw somebody post, I don't know if you saw that yesterday, somebody was asking a question on Facebook about dining, and everybody's touching utensils and things in there, and that's actually kind of bothered me. Somebody was asking about, should we wear gloves, whatever. And so I always, a little extra step of precaution when we go in there, you do the hand sanitizer as you walk in, you go in, get your food and everything. And then when I come back to the table, usually I either have my little pocket hand sanitizer with me, or if I forgot it, I just walk back over to the entrance of the restaurant and sanitize my hands again.
Right.
Just a little extra precaution. The other thing, which I don't always recommend this if the ship is swaying or anything like that, but I don't use handrails or touch doorknobs or anything like that. Most of the doors are all open automatically except for your room anyway. Right. So just a couple extra things to just keep you on the safe side. But again, we have no idea how the coronavirus is going to progress in the next month and a half before we go. So we're hopeful that it will just be a thing of the past by then. But one of the things I like about Celebrity is their commitment to customer service and to their customers. Christian actually deals with Celebrity directly and organizes all that, and they're pretty good to. They're great to work with.
They are.
But they've just come out with a new program, and it is called. Remind me again what? Cruising with Confidence.
Yep. Cruising
with Confidence. You can even Google it or see it on their site. But basically what they've done is they've implemented a plan between now, any cruises between now and July
31st. Yep.
July 31st. So that the Hawaii cruise falls in that time frame. They're basically, how's that work? They're offering you a
future cruise credit is what they're calling it. If you end up canceling on any of those cruises before July 31st, they'll issue you a future cruise credit that you can use.
Yeah, and that cruise credit has to be used by
the end of 2021. Normally when they do something like that, it's just a 1 year type thing, but because of the circumstances, it extends all the way through the end of 2021.
Yeah. So anyway, so on this Hawaii cruise, like I said, we plan on everything going off smooth sailing, I guess. But the important thing is that you feel comfortable with whatever decision you make. And so because they've offered that typically doesn't apply to groups, but this time they've even opened that up to groups. So it applies even to us. So if you can't go on this cruise, you could cruise with us again anytime before 2021, and you wouldn't lose any of your money.
Right.
So that's a good thing. We do have the Alaska cruise coming up in May of 2021. There are half a dozen or so spots left on that.
Right.
Is it half a dozen?
I think it is about 6. Yep.
So that one's close to being already full. Should be a good fun time as well, and different. It's not Hawaii, but it's different. And so there is that option as well. But again, we're planning on going, and that everything will be fine. So the only thing that would keep us from taking this cruise completely would be one of two things. If Celebrity canceled it, if the coronavirus got worse here in the U.S., or if too many of you or most of you said we would feel more comfortable doing a different cruise at a later date, and we dropped below the minimum threshold for a group status. Right. If we don't have a group, then we don't get a room to sew in and all those things like that. So anyway, that would be definitely good, especially if you would just give us your feedback on that, just so that we kind of know what we're doing. And we do have there are some other options later in 2021 or in 2021 for a different tropical place to go. But there's a lot of logistics there. So we'll keep that in mind, because we don't know how things are going to go here in the future. But anyway, we're looking forward to it. If you have any questions about that or the cruise in general, definitely pick up the phone, call Christian, or email him directly. Facebook is not typically the best way, because I have no way of searching history in Facebook. So if you ask a question on Facebook and later I need to go back to try to answer that or to refer someone else to it or whatever, there's no way for me to find it easily. And so direct phone call or email is always a good way to get those questions answered. So getting back to the Hawaii cruise now, I want to run through a list of things, and actually I'll put a link down below in the video of the original listing on our website, so that you can go back and refer to those things. But these are the things that you not only shouldn't but can't bring yourself on the cruise, because they take special permission. I'll have Christian run through that list for you. Christian and I actually last week or so, we made a 3-hour drive up to the local customs office to have all the forms signed and everything, so that we could bring these particular items that we're going to need onto the cruise, because you can't bring them individually.
Right. So those are scissors and thread snips.
And again, these are the things not to bring.
Right, not to bring. We'll have these there. Scissors and thread snips, rotary cutters, irons, sewing machine oil. We'll have that there for the maintenance class, along with the motor lubricant grease. Needles and pins, we'll have both of those, and all the screwdrivers you need during the maintenance class as well.
Yeah, so we're going to have everything. So basically what you're going to need is your sewing machine, your foot pedal, any projects that you want to work on. The gals do have, everybody's going to get this Hawaiian swag bag with fun stuff in there, projects for you to work on and everything. So there'll be stuff to do, but if you have any projects that you're in the middle of, you can bring those for evening sewing times and stuff like that. So I just want to show you a few of the things that we bring, that I make sure is in my luggage on each cruise, just to make life a little bit easier. Starting with this, I don't know what you would call this exactly, kind of like a power strip or whatever, but it's just has a couple extra outlets. Why is this important?
They only have one outlet in the main portion of your cabin, so it's nice to have a couple extra places to plug in phone chargers or other things.
I like this one. We got it off of Amazon, because it has a couple of the USB ports, so you can plug in a couple cell phones there for you and your roommate, but still have a couple extra plugs for anything else that you might have. Because one thing about it, you think, well, there's only 2 on this, but they will not allow like power strips and extension cords in I don't know, fire hazard or something. But they don't allow those in your room. If you put them in there, chances are you'll find that they'll be gone when you come back to your room. So this works great, gives you a couple extra plugs and a way to charge your phone and such. So this is important, and again, I'll put the link in there. It's about $15 or so off Amazon. And next we have these clips, just these are cheap. Like I think Harbor Freight, I think is where we get these. A few bucks for a 10-pack or something. But basically, on your veranda out there where your little deck chair is, if you go hang your swimming suit out there, there's a good chance it's going to blow away. So this is just a way that you can secure a towel or your swimming suit or something that you want to dry out and don't want to blow away out to your chair. Also,
up on the next to the pool, you hang a towel on the back of your chair with one of these.
Right. So fun little gadget to have along that can be helpful. The next thing, Christian's not going to tell you about this because Christian doesn't have issues with motion sickness. I'm the one in the family that occasionally deals with that. So what I like is the motion sickness patch. And I rarely get it bad or anything like that, but I just like to be prepared. And so this little patch you put either behind your ear or next to your belly button, and it does a good job. It lasts for a couple days, and I don't feel like tired or anything from it. Yeah, so that's good. Because some people do the Dramamine, and I know this says less drowsy, but Dramamine, any of the oral medications, not only do they make me tired, you just kind of feel like your head's in a fog, kind of like taking cold medicine or something. So anyway, I prefer this, and you'll see lots of people on the cruise with a little patch behind their ear. The next thing, and I've only done this on one cruise so far, and I was really, really impressed, but it's called a relief band, and it actually, you wear it on your wrist, and it does a little electrical pulse type thing that calms your stomach, and it calms it like right away, very, very fast. This is also on Amazon. I think they're around 80 bucks or something like that. And this is the old version. The new version is called 2.0, I think, and this is the 1.5. The new version actually doesn't have very good reviews because the wristband is really stiff, and they say it's uncomfortable. This one, I mean, once I'm wearing it, I rarely ever know it's there, and just turn it on if I start to feel a little bit odd, and it helps almost right away. Next thing would be some sort of a lightweight backpack.
Right.
This is actually one that folds up into itself and turns into a backpack. So when you get off, you know, you're going to be going to these quilt stores or on any, maybe you're going to go snorkeling or something. A lightweight backpack is great to throw some water bottles and your towels in and such, because I've done the carrying a duffel bag type thing, and it gets tiring by the end of the day. So this works good. Our family, everybody has one of these, and works great. What else can you think of? See if I've missed anything here on my list. Oh, Christian, before I talked to you guys, sent you a little video about doing the online check-in. So if you haven't done that, definitely make sure you do that. The other thing is, you don't happen to have your phone on you, do you?
I do, actually.
So on the app, or on the website, I mean, if you go to the Celebrity and you sign in and everything, there is going to be a little link on there that you can now order your luggage tags. And like I mentioned before, the luggage tags make sure that your luggage, when you get to the cruise ship, actually ends up in your room in a timely fashion, because it has your room number, and they come pre-printed and everything when you do it this way, and we got plenty of time now to order those. So definitely do that. Order your luggage tags. Make sure that you've done this whole sign-in process. That's where you take your picture with your phone and all that stuff, so that they can identify you when you get to the ship. So that's about it. As I mentioned before, if you have any questions or anything, just give us a call here at the Featherweight Shop. Glad to take care of you. Look forward to some good times in Hawaii.
Yep.
Bye-bye.